Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm Steve Feld, and with me today is Karen Hewitt. Hi, Karen.
Hello. Hello.
So I have a subject for today. This
Uh-oh.
one, it comes up a lot. I've been there. I know you've been there. Talking to many people, we've all been there. If we're struggling in our business and we know we're struggling, and people around us are saying, get help, talk to this person, talk to that person, they're going to help you get unstuck. And 9 out of 10 business owners, their ego gets in the way and they refuse to ask someone for help, which people will help. That is so common.
Yes.
Or, because this just recently happened, they go, listen, they're raising their hand. Please help me. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Connect them with the right people who can really help them and really get over this hurdle and help them in their business. Then they get on a call with that person, and that person's giving them all this beautiful golden advice to help this business owner get out of their struggles, and they ignore it.
Oh, Steve, do you know what just flashed into my head
What's that?
with this? Remember, this was a situation we were both involved in, and we wanted help with something, and we were like shouting and jumping up and down, asking for help. And the advice we were getting was bad. It was horrific. It was horrible. And then they would tell us how to do what we needed to do, but it was the complete opposite. And even when we explained that's not how things, but they would be like, but when we did this in 1983, it worked. And the reason that popped in my head is because I'm going to say in the last 3 months, I've had a couple of conversations with people who have been willing to raise their hand for help.
Yeah.
And we've gone through and we looked at things, we dissected, we analyzed, we had good conversations about what the purpose was, what the goals were. And you know what their response was?
What?
But we've always done it this way. Why would I change it? So I've
That's
just spent like 45 minutes, an hour helping them decipher all this. And the reason that situation where we were both involved popped in our heads is I think one of the reasons people don't listen is they're stuck where they used to be and they don't want to move when things are changing.
it's a comfy place. And change
Yeah.
is uncomfortable for, well, everyone. We're human beings. And that's the only
God, yes.
consistent thing out there is change, but we block it. And going and turning around businesses, every time I heard at one business, we've always done it this way. You had to put $1 in the jar. And at the end of the year, I threw a big party. Oh, it was a huge party. But it got rid of that mindset of we've always done it this way.
Right. And that mindset is the most toxic mindset out there.
It is. Yeah, you might
And it's
have
what
toxic
stops people from
employees.
listening.
Yeah, because they're so stuck in their head.
Yeah.
And God
But
forbid we
that's just
change.
one way they're not listening. That's one reason why people don't listen is because they're stuck in this is always have the amount of business owners I've had conversations with, and they're like, no, I'm just going to mail out 1,000 postcards to local people to say I have a special. And did you
Oh,
catch the little glitch in my face right then?
yeah, because I've heard it, seen it, viewed it, watched people do it. And my first question is that your target market? And they all look at
Mm-hmm.
me like, but it's 1,000 postcards. We've always
It's a
done it.
thousand people. We've always done it. Someone's bound to.
Right. It's, well, I'll give you an example. I've worked with a contractor doing the same thing, sending out all these postcards every month, month after month. Why? Consistency, right? And it's like,
Mhm.
okay, let's see who this target market list is. He goes, what do you mean? It's everyone within a 10-mile radius. So you're a contractor, you're mailing to rental units, you're mailing to businesses, you're mailing to PO boxes that are not your market. So he's wasting money down the drain, and he's wondering why he got no responses.
Right. But this is the number one reason that, and I wanted to bring this because things change and you're not willing to change. It's the
Right.
number one reason why people don't listen because it's terrifying.
Yes, it is.
And I'm going to really be horrible right now. It is not 1985. Blockbuster is no longer in business. You don't have to rewind your videotapes. You do need to know how to use social media. You do need to know how to use email marketing. Yeah, do need to know how to use automation. And I'm going to give you the even scariest one. And this is a conversation. I freaked out dozens of people in the last month on this.
What's that?
The generational gap of your market
Oh,
client. It has changed
a lot.
a lot. The way businesses used to run, even 5 years ago, to how they spoke to the clients, it is more miss than hit now.
Oh, yes. Oh, totally agree. Because we've always done it that way.
That is the most toxic phrase you'll ever. If you ever if you ever catch yourself saying that in a business, I want you to realize how toxic you are.
Yeah. You're destroying your own business.
You're signing your own death. The only time I think that there's a couple of points where that phrase is valid,
I would say
and
that's
that
true.
is if something new comes out and the SOP or the framework is this is new, we're going to study it, find out what it's about, and see how it relates because we've always done that way. That's always being willing to educate yourself to grow and learn. That's allowed.
Right.
Instead of just going, oh, let's jump on that platform or let's jump on that idea and just do it and see what happens. It's okay to figure it out.
Right. And one company's coming to mind that they've always done it this way, and they decided to make a change in their business, and it almost cost them their business. And they had to go back
Oh,
to
which
we've
one?
always done it this way. And that's Coca-Cola.
Oh my gosh.
They changed the
I was
formula.
going to think I thought you were going to talk about the Cracker Barrel logo problem
Oh
that blew up
Lord,
just a couple of months
do we
ago.
need to get on that? See, that's pandering to the wokeness that's out there instead of listening and looking at your demographics and knowing who your clients are. That was complete
Right.
ignoring who is coming into your restaurant. That was just blatant disregard.
It's this guy, and I wouldn't say pandering to woke because I do believe in inclusive business. I do believe in
Yeah,
being aware of things like that. I do,
aware.
but you always be aware of your audience. You should
And
be
they,
aware of the world and
mhm,
not do stupid shit.
right.
You get you cancelled, but you don't just go, oh, let's change everything, and our audience doesn't want us to do it.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, let's change all of our recipes, even though that's what everyone comes to us for.
Yes.
It just doesn't make any sense. But there's a business who we've always done it this way, but it's been successful. All they had to do was change their messaging a little bit to attract a different generation. Instead, they just went full on rebrand, changed their whole look, changed their menu, and meanwhile, they alienated who's coming in every day.
Yes. So they always done it this way is I'm going to say 95% of the time it's the most toxic phrase you can use in your business
Yeah,
when it comes down to growth. There
it
are
is.
some areas, yes, you should always keep it that way. Finances, always having a clean book because you always have a double check or a triple check. Yes,
Yeah.
you've always done it that way. Keep it that way. That's good.
Those are the
But
good,
part
positive
of
things in your business.
those are good. But it's when you come to ask for help and your first response to
Mhm.
something that's being suggested is, we've always done it this way. Mm, We have a problem, sweetie.
Exactly. I mean, I've gone into 4 companies to turn them around. That was always the first thing I heard. And my comeback line was, I know you've always done it that way. And that's why I'm here because you're failing.
Yeah, that's pretty much the truth.
The board brought me in because you've always done it that way. And that's what's killing you right now. I'm
Yeah.
not going to strip it down
And
and
they refuse.
rebuild everything. You have great qualities. All we have to do is make adjustments and get you back to a new modern viewpoint and really listen to your demographics and where do you want to be in 5, 10, 20 years?
Yes, exactly. And here's the other part of this, because we're talking about the asking for help, because I think this is the biggest hurdle.
Mm,
And I see it all the time. I see small business owners that will choose to go under. Not, they're not actually going, well, I'm going to go under because I can do, they're not actually verbalizing that choice. They're not deliberately making that choice and writing that in the business plan that they would go under rather than ask for help. They're not.
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
their refusal to ask for help is what causes businesses to go under.
We've seen there's enough history on businesses, mega corporations that did the same thing. But for small businesses, you can lose your house, your marriage, you can lose way more. The stakes are a little higher, really, than a corporate CEO
Yeah.
that, oh, okay, I bankrupted the company. They're off to the next gig. You, as an entrepreneur, you have more at stake, and you really need to open your eyes to this. Like, this is serious. And I've been there. I refused to get help.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, my business was struggling. I got the help, and within 45 days, it was a different business altogether. It was
Yeah.
growing and thriving. I had to put the ego to the side. No one knows my business better than me. BS. That is crock of crap. That's
Yeah,
another lie
I'm
you
sorry.
told me.
I have to add something to that. No, the people who say no one knows my business better than me, they don't even know their own damn
They
business.
exactly.
I'm sorry, they don't. Because
And
when
it's
they tell me
true.
their business, it's a 16 paragraphs long.
Right. You can't describe your business in under 30 seconds, I'd say. Wow, you really
Mhm.
don't know your own business.
But how do we know? And that, like I said, none of these businesses, and I've seen too many. I've seen way too many go under. I've
Hmm.
seen way too many who have a fantastic business idea, business plan. They have all the things there. It looks brilliant. And 3 months later, they're telling me they went to get a regular 9 to 5 job because the business was no longer paying the bills. And instead of going, well, I have a 9 to 5, let me use my outside time to build my business. The
Hmm.
business just goes flitter, 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 flitter away.
It's true.
I've seen it way too many times. And these are people, they don't think they need to ask for help. Genuinely, they don't. They think
Right.
they've got it. They think they have it under control. They think they know it all. When do people need to ask for help?
Well, I know from experience working on being on both sides of that fence. It's the moment you realize, uh-oh, I'm not bringing in the income I should be doing. The profits aren't what I believe that they should be. I'm not getting enough clients. There's not enough in the pipeline. There's so many indicators. You got to just look at one of them and going, maybe it's my marketing. And everyone points their finger at that one usually first.
Oh, that's the biggest one that
Why?
they say is a problem.
Why? It's like, it's my marketing. Marketing sucks. Direct mail sucks. Blah, blah, blah. Excuse, excuse, excuse. No, your message sucks because you're
Your
not clear in
message.
your
And
business.
so I'm gonna let you into one of my little secrets here. People hire me to help them with the marketing, right? Do you know what takes me the longest time to do before I can even start them on campaigns?
Figure out what they really do.
The message. Because I get, well, I do this and I do that, and it has a little bit of this, and we also do this, and there's this as well, and and here we're going to do this, and I want to expand. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So what are you actually producing, right?
Right.
And I have spent up to 3 months with a new client just getting them to figure out their message, because every time we have the conversation, it's a fear of letting go.
Hmm.
Because there's this, I don't know when this started. I think it comes a little bit from mom and pop shops, like the little mom and pop corner type shops where they had a
Yeah.
little of everything originally. And it's even crossed into digital space.
Oh
You have a
yeah.
company that they want to specialize in, I don't know, let's say baby clothes, just because it's a really profitable area, especially with some of the customizations and some of the fun things you can do, right?
Right.
Oh, but because we do baby clothes, we should really do bottles. Oh, if we do bottles, we really should do cleaning. Oh, now we need to add formula. Oh, we should add some things to mom. Oh, no, we don't want to leave dad out. Oh, we don't want to leave grandma out. And before you know it, their catalog, which could have been 10 really strong, personalized, creative, viral leaders, they now have a catalog of 17,000 things that they don't even know where to start with.
Exactly. And they're trying to cater being everything to everyone, which in reality, your message is lost and people ignore it. If you give them too
Mhm.
much, it's like, what do you really do? And we get it all the time. I know you and I work with a couple people separately, but no together, and we compared notes. And it was like, so I just met with so and so. I couldn't figure out what they did. Do you know? And you would say, I met with them too. I can't figure out what they did. Did you figure it out? And it's like, oh Lord, we are wasting time. They're killing their own
And
business.
we both have completely separate lists.
Totally.
Nothing, we couldn't cross match anything between our two lists.
Nothing. And this person, if I remember right, they were in business 5, 6 years and still making zero income and putting in, I think it was like 50 to 100,000 into the business a year. So
Yeah.
loss of almost 100K a year for 5, 6 years because neither of us could figure it out and they didn't even know what they
Right.
wanted. And then they get
Right.
mad. Don't you just don't understand my model? And it's like, well, you don't even understand your model.
You didn't say model. And so I am all for like the boutique approach. I
Oh,
am.
yes.
I actually think the boutique approach, whether it be in services or products, can work. But when you try to do the boutique approach from day one,
Mm-mm.
you're screwed.
I agree. Look, I use Amazon in this example. Amazon focused on this many things. One.
Yep.
Then once they added up and running, worked out the kinks, they added one. They focused on one thing, added that. That's how they built this, one concept at a time. They didn't come out of the gate. We're going to offer 10 million products. They did one.
Mm-hmm.
Then they added one. That's what businesses should be focused on. Perfect it and start being known for it. And you could add the ancillary items as time goes on. But
Yeah.
if you come out of the gate with
Yeah.
30 items, oh Lord, from a consumer's point of
That do
view,
not connect with each other.
yeah, I'm a concrete manufacturer, but I also do baby clothes. What?
Yeah, you lost them. So we just gave a whole bunch of it where people need to ask help. And the list was endless. I think we can probably break it down into four really easy sections. If one of these areas in your business is struggling, you need help. And it's not because you can't do it. I'm going to say this because I do, people can do it.
People
You
can do
can
it.
learn how to do it. There's YouTube, there's Google, there's all these resources to learn how to do it. But you also have experts in those different areas. I think there's two areas that I think really cripple small businesses from day one:
What's that?
accounting and marketing.
Oh Lord, you're gonna get me on that subject. And I know you've heard
But would
me.
you
It's
agree those are the two big
okay.
ones?
Yeah, and I'd say 99% of small business owners, they don't like doing accounting. They don't understand it. They don't get it, but they know they have to do it, but they spend endless hours on it, getting frustrated, doing it incorrectly, getting the nasty gram from the IRS when you could have paid someone less than what you're spending your time on, and they would do it in a heartbeat, and they love it and they know it.
So I have a magical mathematical equation for this. So just make up a number for a small business, Steve. Like just pretend you're a small business in your first 6 months.
So
Okay, Steve, what do you value your wage per hour to be? Well,
at the
you look at
beginning,
25,
they're
50, $50?
yeah, let's go 50 because that's a nice easy number people can grasp onto.
Yes.
$50 an hour is your
You
time.
can you can say 10, you can say 25. I don't care. I just need
Yeah.
you to use a number. What you want your hours to be paid at. Because that's part of the accounting. Most small
Yeah,
businesses, they don't pay themselves.
correct.
Okay. How many hours if you hate I know you like accounting. I know you like numbers. You've got it. Wait, I don't know if it's like, but I know you have it. How
Does
many
involve
hours as a new business, 6 months in, are you saying you're going to be spending every month on
oh,
your accounting?
probably 20 to 30 hours a month because they don't know what to do.
So let's
So
say it's 20. Let's make
yeah,
it
20.
nice and easy. 20 hours. I mean, that's 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
That just basically means for 5 days a week, you're spending an hour on your books. Does this sound unrealistic for a small business? An hour a day, 5 days out of the week for your books. That's not unrealistic whatsoever.
It's normal because they have to
Probably a
educate
little lower
themselves.
than some, they have to educate themselves and depends on
And
how busy they are. It depends on so many different things.
yeah.
So if you take those 20 hours and times it by the $50 that you want to spend yourself
Mhm.
on your wage, that's $1,000 a month. Steve, do you know any bookkeepers that are less than $1,000 a month for a small business?
Almost all of them I ever encountered.
CPA is different. Just going to clarify that. If
Yeah,
someone says they're a CPA to do, that's a different person. What they're doing
different.
is they're actually going to be subletting your books to another bookkeeper that they're paying, and then they have a commission on top of that. So a bookkeeper.
Yeah.
So you've just wasted 20 hours a month where you think you're worth $50 an hour for your wage to do something that you hate.
Mhm.
That 20 hours could have been used on growth, marketing, customer service, development, strategy. And if I was to say that for 50% of that price for a small business that has minimal transactions a month,
Yeah.
I mean, if we would say that you have 10 transactions a day as a small business,
That's still for a bookkeeper, they're laughing at you 10 transactions a day.
that you would be able to save at least 50% on what you should have been paying yourself.
Easy. And they'll knock it out in 1 hour per month, what you just spent 20 hours working on.
So if math and accounting is not your thing, ask for help.
Yeah.
And don't be asking for the help of Joe down the street that's been tinkering with cars for the last 25 years, doesn't have a real business but makes money on the side hustle and just people give him bits and pieces to tell him that says, well, I just like kind of have them give me cash and that's it.
Mhm.
Talk to a bookkeeper. That is somewhere where you have to ask for help. And if they tell you that you need to separate your money from your personal money, because that number one mistake small business owners make as well,
Yeah,
is all in listen to them. They know what they're talking about.
absolutely. I think the point we're trying to make people is your time is money.
Mhm.
You bring on the right people to fix certain things that you don't like. I mean, if I've had, I had one business, I hired people way smarter than me in certain areas. Why? They knew that area better, and I didn't like doing it. So I heard
Mhm.
people who love doing it. And boy, getting their feedback, and I learned a lot, first of all, but that was a way of getting help in my business in a different format. My business grew dramatically. I learned from them. They learned from me. I got to focus on what I loved and how to grow the business. How easy was that?
Yeah. Marketing's the same. Most
Same.
people, they think they're marketing, but they're posting once every 6 weeks on one platform, and they think they're doing an absolute killer job of doing digital marketing. Oh, well, I put a sticker in my window.
Yeah. Well, I posted a sunset and said, look at the sunset, and I can't figure out why no one's pounding on my door wanting me to buy my stuff. I can't figure this out.
Or they go overkill and they schedule 50 posts a day, and it's all ice cream on sale, coffee on sale, tea on sale. Oy.
But yeah, sell, sell,
So
sell.
sell, sell, sell. So if your marketing's not converting, talk to an expert. And don't get hurt when they tell you the reason it's not converted. I know we had a conversation ourselves, what, several months ago, and I showed you something. You're like, okay, that hurt, but I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it happens.
it
I
does.
think the third one is operations.
Oh, I see that all the time. No
I mean,
standard operating procedure.
you've
Yeah.
hurt my feelings before with operations, but look what happened once I started putting all that into place. I listened, even though you pissed me off.
Yeah. But now you spend less time on it, and now things are seamless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
what do you
just,
think the fourth one is?
oh, let's see. We covered accounting, operations, marketing. Oh, well, I see it a lot of times as sales. And there's also
It's your
HR if they're
process.
at that level yet.
Yeah. Well, I can go into operations. I was putting HR under operations
Yeah.
because that's kind of a framework. But rather than just sales, I think it's the process. It's your process of getting the products, moving the products, getting it into people's hands.
Most businesses don't have like an onboarding. Great, sold something. Okay, now what?
Okay, what next?
Well, I deliver it. What's the process? Who knows this? It's all the way down, all the way back to even referrals. When do you reach back out to them? What do you
Hmm.
mean? When it comes time for renewal. So a year. So you don't talk to them for a whole year. It's all part of that process. And that's your sales cycle, all the way through the sales cycle. How to keep them engaged. I think we just talked about this with someone else. Your newsletter list. It's part of your
Hmm.
sales cycle. You get everyone on your
Yeah,
newsletter. That's part of your sales cycle.
but don't email them 18 times a day because I've
No.
unsubscribed from some really big people
Yeah,
because
oh,
they
me too.
flooded my inbox. I got mad. I got mad because that was just too much.
Yeah. I know we both just unsubscribed someone who big hitter in our world, and they were emailing 6 times a day. And I called them because I knew them. I said, this is absolutely insane. I'm unsubscribing. I'm telling people not to get on your list because this is just ridiculous. You're overwhelming. Every message was different, but yet the same.
I think they tweaked like one or two words in between each
That's it.
message.
Buy my crap. Buy my crap. No, buy my crap. Really, my crap to buy.
Yeah. And I think that process is the key thing because it does include sales, it includes the follow up, it includes the customer
Yeah.
service. Because so many small businesses, they are going to launch their small business when they have the logo, the colors,
Oh, stop.
the t-shirt, the website, the packaging.
You don't need all of that. Apple. I use Apple in this example. Okay. The very first iPhone that came from the iPod the iPod was testing the market for the iPhone. Got
Hmm.
released, did not have all the features they wanted, did not have all the colors. It came in this many colors because that's all they can get at the time. They picked a launch date and they did whatever's done is done by the launch date. We'll do it on the revisions. Have a nice day. And they launched.
Hmm.
Horrible
Yeah. I tell
packaging,
people to run like,
bland, and it worked.
yeah. I tell people to run like Apple all the time. You have a product, launch it. What if
Launch it.
this problem's great? That's then when you do an update.
Yeah,
So think about it. Every time I get my phone, 2 days later,
it's an
they,
update.
yeah, I will say you do need a website, you do need a list, you do need presence, but it isn't the thing that should consume your entire life of building your business. It can happen
Yeah.
as you grow. And your
Exactly.
website could be a simple landing page just saying, hey, want to buy X. And then you just tweak it and keep getting better at it as you grow.
That's it. One of my businesses, I had no business cards, no logo, no colors, none of that stuff, but I had a landing page about me and how to book an appointment. That was it. And guess what?
Hmm.
It worked for 1 year. I grew my business focusing on sales and marketing and my messaging. Then, guess what? After a year, it was up and running successful. Now I got business cards.
Yeah.
Now I actually created a website. I didn't. Focus on your core first and get it going. And I think I wouldn't have done that if I didn't do one simple thing. It's gonna be crazy. And that
Oh
was
my gosh.
ask for help.
Yeah. You have those four core areas we just told you. If one of them is not your strength,
Mhm.
there is going to be someone that can help you. If you
Yeah.
can't afford to help, there's this beautiful thing called Google and YouTube.
Yeah. And
The
well, we also
resources are
have
out
our
there.
accountability group.
Oh, yes.
Talk about moving the needle fast in your business and getting ideas and resources and someone playing a little bit of a devil's advocate, but they're on your side and you're not paying
Yeah.
them. That's the group of the accountability group methodology.
Well, you're not paying them for the whole expertise. It's not like a coaching price. You're
No,
not paying thousands and thousands of dollars. There is a small buy-in
right.
because it keeps you accountable. Because if we turn around and did this for free, I will guarantee 100 of you will sign up. Maybe one of you will turn up.
And the one won't take action.
Correct.
You got to put some skin in the
So,
game. It's just like in your business, you got to put skin in it. But asking for help, that's why in that one business, I went and found a coach and they said, focus on sales and marketing. You don't need all this other stuff. And I'm like,
mhm,
but, all the buts. No, no. Focus on this. Let's focus on that. Next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, I'm making money and I'm fulfilling my mission and my vision. And then after a year, they go, okay, now you can create a website. I really don't need
yeah.
one
And
now.
asking for help, yeah. And asking for help doesn't make you a bad entrepreneur.
No. Makes you
I
a
can't think of
smart
a single
entrepreneur.
entrepreneur. I can't think of a single entrepreneur that is one of the big names that at some point in their life has not had somebody coaching. Even Oprah had a coach.
Yeah.
When Oprah was at the height of her fame, she had a coach.
Yeah. So in the Inc. 500, so this is the top 500 companies globally, right?
Hmm.
They did a survey 1 year. 499 of them all had a personal coach. All the CEOs had a coach. The one that didn't, that was their
Rank
ninth
500.
company, and they were ranked 500 because
Yeah,
they've done it 9 times, failed 8. They finally land on it, and they didn't get a coach. And when that list came out, I bet that number 500 CEO got a coach when he realized all the others had a coach.
yeah. And here's the other piece. Even if you're at the top of your game, you are the number one person in the world doing this.
Mhm.
There are areas in your life, in your business that you are not. Number one, I'm sorry to break that to you.
Mm,
You can get coaches for specific areas of your life.
yeah,
It doesn't just have to be one.
no. I was up to
So,
5 different coaches at one point in my life. All of them did totally different things.
yeah,
That's what I
I
needed
think
in
I
my
was,
business.
I think I had three, my highest amount of coaches. I now have two for two different areas. It was three,
Mhm.
but I also was in mastermind specifically
Yeah.
aimed for areas in my group. Not, they weren't coaches for me, but they were masterminds that
Oh
were
yeah,
aimed at specific areas in my business that I wanted to grow.
absolutely. Masterminds, I can't stress it enough, folks. Okay, you don't want to get a coach. Got it. You don't want that kind of relationship. Get in a mastermind group. Talk about having a whole bunch of like mini advisors that are not on your paid staff. The brilliance in a mastermind group is amazing.
And get on the right one.
Yeah, they're not all great.
Then and look at what the topic of the mastermind is.
Yeah. A mastermind should have its own mission and vision as well. And it needs to align with you and what your business is and where you want to be.
Yeah. But start asking for help. We're doing
So,
this podcast because we want to help.
absolutely. So one of the things I'm going to ask you, Karen, is so let's give them, I don't know, a couple tips how to ask for help. Because it's tough because you have the ego. I've always done it this way.
Mhm.
How does someone go, oh crap, I need help. Where do I start?
They're not going to like me.
Well, it's your dick turn then.
Yeah, I get, because normally you're the dick. I'm not normally the dick. So you
Yeah.
know you're not doing well at something and you need help. And you're like, oh, but I don't, I'm, shut the fuck up. You need help.
Mhm.
Research, ask for recommendations, interview people and say, I am not doing well in this and I need help. I want to interview you to see if you're a fit
Mhm.
or you have been recommended to me as a fit. The biggest thing that is going to stop you from moving forward and getting your way is you saying, well, but if I ask for help, I look, when your business folds in 6 months, you're going to look even weaker.
Or it's
Sorry,
like,
I had to be mean.
no, it's true. I mean, I interviewed 8 different coaches before I landed my very first coach because I had to make sure it
Mm-hmm,
was the right fit for me and that they've been there and done it before. So some of the coaches came out of corporate life and they hung up a shingle saying they're a business coach and they've never owned and operated a business. Well, I don't want them. They don't know
mm-hmm.
what I'm going through mentally, physically, emotionally. I found someone who had 4 businesses before, and they were straight up. They go, "Oh no, my first business failed. Second business rocked." I mean, they gave me the whole story. I'm like, "This is my kind of person. I can relate to them, and they can relate to me. They can talk me off the
Mm-hmm.
cliff because they've been there."
Yeah. And there are some coaches that you can't interview. I'm just going to be honest
No,
because I've
that's
hired
true.
coaches that you cannot interview them. But this is when you get to a particular level and those coaches cost a particular amount. Their
Yes.
reputation is there, the referrals are there. It's like, damn, I
Yeah.
have an opportunity. One of my coaches, I didn't say, oh, let me get an interview with you and see if you can coach me. The multi-million-dollar person in my industry. I went,
Right.
here's the form and here's my money. Now I'm going to smile and say thank you.
Yeah.
But the
You got to know
reputation
that
was there.
balance. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're giving you the basics, folks. There are those exceptions at certain people. It's like I know you and I have both gotten into coaching programs for big hitters. We didn't interview them. We would never get an interview. We wouldn't get 5 minutes with them, but the results that they produced for their tribe was amazing. We hop in
Hmm.
and we listen and we executed.
Right. I've also, when I do that though, I go and look at what their content is. I go look what they're saying on
Right.
their website. I go watch some of their
Oh
YouTubes or
yeah.
some podcasts because I need to know I'm going to connect with them. You
Absolutely. So
research though.
yes. So you did the research, you interviewed them, and it's like, okay, now you got to make that decision and pull the trigger.
Hmm.
What kind of things? I
And
mean, well, this is going to be, a little bit off, but I wrote a book on 10 things you should ask interview for a business coach. And it doesn't matter who you get. Use the 10
Hmm.
questions because it's for you and your business. This is going to be a momental shift in your business. Make sure you're asking the right people around you for help. Now, we're talking about coaches, but it also could be accountants, bookkeepers, marketing experts, operations, sales. It goes on
Fitness,
and on and on and on.
be a nutritionalist, fitness
Yeah,
person, a yard, no, landscaper to redo. The list is, yeah, long.
it's endless.
But,
Yeah.
and here's the next piece that you're not going to like. You said yes, you booked them, you hired them, you onboarded with them, you're paying them money. There's, you have 2 ears and one mouth. And then you have a choice. Once that information's inside your brain, you can have the choice. And if you do not take action on it, if you do not do the things that you were told to do, and I have seen this way too many times, and once I get down to the bottom of the story is do not blame that coach. They gave you the stuff you needed. They gave you the action. They gave you the map. They gave you the guidance. And you were like, cool, I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing. And then through, well, I hired them and they did nothing for me. I see that a lot. I'm sorry, I do.
No, it's there. I mean, I had a client 6 months in saying that they're doing everything. And then one day they made a comment. I'm like, whoa, hold the phone. You said you've been doing all these things. We should be at this level right now. And now you're saying you're not. What's going on? And they go, oh, well, we haven't done anything. So for six
Mm-hmm.
months, you've been lying to me. And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm firing you as a client because I'm here to help you in your business. I get nothing out of this except, you're paying for my expertise and my resources and all that. But I'm here to help you to grow. And you lie to me about it. It doesn't make sense because guess what? We've always done
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah. Oh God, that toxic person. Okay, so your biggest, you just had me give the biggest advice, and I got to be the dick. Are you going to be the nice person, or are you going to be a dick too?
I would say that's definitely true. You need to find the right people for you. And how you find the right people is ask for resources. So that's how I found my coach. I went to people who use coaches. How did you find your coach? I really dug deep into this. And it didn't happen overnight. It was like a month process of focusing and sticking with it. But I also did my research, internet, on top of just referrals, finding out who's in my area because I wanted to meet personally. I want to get to know them too. I didn't want to make this a transaction. I want them to get to know me
Mhm.
and help me. So
Yeah.
you got to ask the deeper questions. And that's why I say come up with a list of your interview questions, your strategy of going to find a coach. And this is where I swear to God, where certain groups help me. Like in my mastermind group that I was in, I asked them, oh, here's the questions you should
Mhm.
ask. Boom, 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 boom. I would have never have thought of 90% of them.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to throw a little disclaimer here on this because I find this is a problem even in the marketing world. I may see this more in the marketing world, but I have heard from different areas of professionals it's a problem as well. Well, I need to call up one of your past clients and have a conversation with them about that. You know what my response is when someone says that? Awesome. So when someone asks me for someone to call, you're going to take that phone call, right? And they're like, no, I'm not discussing my business with anyone else.
Exactly. You know, think of it like a patient relationship, right? A doctor relationship, a lawyer relationship. We use generalities. We have not, as you'll hear throughout our whole podcast, we never say a name. We never hint, like specify that
Oh, we've
individual.
said
It's
each other's names
generalities.
when we've done it to
And
each
each
other, but
other.
that's it.
But that's
Yeah.
it. But we're treating our clients with their confidentiality. So you'll never figure out who they are, never ever. And when I hear that too, and I turn right around, I go, okay, so I am definitely not the individual for you. You need more validation for yourself. What are you afraid of in your business?
Mhm.
And that usually stops them in their tracks, because that gave me an indicator. They don't want to be accountable for their own actions, and they're validating it with someone else.
Yeah.
And every time I've talked to my
So,
clients, do you mind if I refer you to someone else? They all have 100% said, no, what we have is between us. No.
mhm.
I will give you a written testimonial, how great, how you helped me, but me talking to a prospect, no. I don't have the time, the
Or
patience.
they'll say, hey, can I record a video? That's the other one
That's
I get. Can I just shoot you over a 60-second video? Sure.
that's it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take that all day. And I usually get that in the second month with my clients
Hmm.
anyways, because they're starting to see it around the 6 to 8 week mark being changes. But I have yet to have one of my clients say, yeah, have them call me. So now you want me to discuss my social security number and my medical records too?
Yeah. So be reasonable when you're asking for looking at what they can do. Look at the testimonials they have posted, because those were given with permission.
Right. Absolutely.
Just I had to put that out because that is like a constant one. It's so irritating.
All right. So
But
let's wrap this
I
up and
think,
summarize it, Karen.
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Give them the top things: how to ask for help, when
Okay,
to ask for help.
you have four main areas in your business. You have your finance, your marketing, your process, and your structure. If one of those is not working, find help, suck up the ego, and do it. You can interview, you can research, you can read testimonials, but make the decision to do what you need to do. The more you use the toxic phrase, we've always done it this way, the quicker your company will go downhill. Sorry,
Absolutely.
it's the truth, and gonna own it. I'm curious in the comments, what is one area that you wish you had asked for help in the first 30 days of your business? You may be rocking it right now. You may be crushing it right now. But in that first 30 days of your business, what was the one thing you wish you'd asked out? Mine would have been a framework. I got Steve 2 years in, and he helped me redo all that. But if I'd done it 2 years prior, my life would have been so much easier. Straight up ownership.
Yeah.
Anything to
Mine's
add
easy.
on that, Steve?
No, mine was easy too. If I would have gotten a coach to keep me focused and keep my train on the rails. Because
Yeah.
once I had that, woo, took off.
So drop those in the comments. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. If you heard something that got value, share it. Send it to people that you might think need to hear this. Okay? And make sure you drop in next episode for some clarity, because some of you, unfortunately, you need it. And that's what we're trying to brew up for you.
Absolutely. And don't make this a forever process. Oh, I'm still looking for a coach and it's been 6 months. Stop the madness, pull the trigger, make it happen, move your business forward.
Yeah, just do it. Just do the things. Like, make sure you subscribe, because you need the next episode. I promise you. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.